I'm leaving my house because I've been up since 5 a.m., not by choice, and I woke up feeling off and I need to disrupt the pattern. I'm gonna share with you some things that I do when I wake up feeling off, because it's okay that you don't always feel like shiny and sparkly all the time, but it's what do you do when the dense emotions, the dense frequencies hit you? Like, what do you do? How do you show up as a powerful spiritual person when you're not feeling your best? We just took a walk down to the beach. This is kind of the second thing that I do. I'll share with the first one. We'll go in different order, but when I'm feeling off, I have to go into nature. I need to be outside. I need my feet on the earth. I need like Mother Earth to recalibrate me. There's a reason why grounding like literally changes the energetic frequency in your body. It just makes a huge difference, and it disrupts the pattern because I don't come down to the beach every day, especially like in the morning time, but it helps just ground me back into my energy. And then also my daughter, obviously, she also gets her feet on the earth, and then she can ground back into her energy. If you can't get out in nature, I highly recommend having a grounding mat. I also have a grounding mat, which I sat on at home, but to be honest, like nothing changes the fact of like being outside. Like whether, for me, I live by the ocean or just by trees. Trees recalibrate your system. Grass. No, está bien, gracias. The other thing, I don't want to talk to anybody. That's another part of this. I don't want to interact with people. I really just want to be me with nature. I had a download recently where it was like, you feel really off a lot of times in your home because inside your home is not living. It's dead. Like your house is dead. Like everything's built together. Wipes, honey? Nothing is living, and so yeah, you don't feel good inside your home because nothing is living, and you're a living being, and so you want to be surrounded by living things. But when you're out in nature, everything is living. Grass is living, like literally everything is living. That's why you feel so much better, because you're surrounded by life, and God is in everything, so life is surrounding you, right? And then you're surrounded. That's why you feel so good when you're by trees, by grass. It's all living things. You're a living thing. You're surrounded by life. That's why you literally feel at home in nature, because it's a part of who you are. Everything's living. Another thing I do is some form of forward movement. The density like that you're feeling, the feeling off, is just energy in the body. So give that energy an outlet. So walking, if you can't go out walking, drive a little bit longer, drive in a different route going to work. Like disrupt the pattern that your mind and body is used to, so that you can give an outlet to this energy that's coming forth in your body that just wants to be seen, heard, and loved, and accepted, and moved up and out of the body. The first thing that I do, I didn't remember to mention this before I went to the beach, and then it was too loud. When I wake up and I'm already feeling off, that is just energy in the body. So the first thing that I do is nervous system tools. Like, because your nervous system needs to feel safe and secure. Like when you start feeling anxious, nervous, overwhelmed, worried, those are all signs that your nervous system is shutting down and it's going into fight, flight, or freeze. Like it's turning on your survival mode. And so in order to move this energy up and out of the body, which is what I did at the beach, I did energy alchemy, which I'll share in a minute. Your nervous system needs to feel safe. It needs to feel safe enough to feel that big energy. It's big emotions. You really have to think of it like a child. If you're conscious parenting, then you know the first thing is when your kid is feeling big emotions, you have to allow them to feel them. If they feel shame around even feeling the big emotions, then the emotions are gonna get stuck in their body. It's the same thing when we're feeling this dense energy. There's nothing outside of us that is dense. The dense energy is within us that's being activated, that our shadow wants to move up and out. You're only feeling it because your shadow's ready to get rid of it. So it's up to you to create the space so that you get rid of it. In order to move it out of your system, your nervous system has to feel safe. So that's when I use my nervous system tools. I have a whole nervous system reset you can look into if you're interested in. If you're someone who has anxiety, I had anxiety for a huge amount of my life. Anxiety ran my life, it controlled my life. I used to have massive panic attacks. It was the worst thing ever. And anxiety was actually one of my biggest blocks on my spiritual journey, because I didn't know about the nervous system. Like when everybody was trying to just like change your thoughts, change your life, when I tried to change my thoughts, it totally spiraled my nervous system, right? Because I had such obliterating anxiety already. So I do nervous system stuff every single day, but on these days when I feel off, I double down on nervous system tools. So when I woke up at 5 a.m., I already started doing nervous system tools right then and there. I did nervous system tools, and then when I went into my meditation this morning, I had already done them this morning, did my meditation, but I was still feeling the buildup of energy when I was in meditation. I did nervous system stuff after. I did nervous system stuff at the beach when I was doing energy alchemy. But continuing to keep and reassure the nervous system, I am safe, right? Because the nervous system is freaking out because it thinks a lion is chasing it. If you have shame around feeling your emotions, if you grew up in a family like I did, where you were told like, don't cry, I'll give you something to cry about, or go to your room until you stop feeling this, or go sit in the corner, right? That's implementing shame around feeling what you're feeling. So a lot of times when we're feeling all of this, what then triggers is shame around like, why do I feel this way? Because I used to ask myself all the time, like, why do I feel like this? It's like, oh, I feel it because it's an emotion that my body needs to feel, but I don't know how to feel it because nobody ever trained me how to feel my emotions, right? The deeper your nervous system feels safe and secure, the easier it is to move the energy up and out. So on these days when I'm feeling off, it's nervous system, nervous system, nervous system. I start the day with nervous system stuff. I do it all throughout the day, depending upon how I'm feeling, but the more that I do it, the easier it is to move the energy. So focus on your nervous system, and especially, I cannot recommend it enough. If you are somebody who's on the spiritual journey and you have anxiety, then you 100% need to focus on your nervous system, because you're not going to be able to be a master manifester and attract in all these great things and live this absolutely thriving, abundant life, holding higher frequencies of love and peace and joy and happiness when anxiety is running the show. Because love and peace and happiness is the complete opposite of anxiety. Anxiety is stress emotions. Anxiety is fear running the show, not love running the show. So getting your nervous system in order is probably the first thing that I would recommend if you're in that position. Okay, number 4, but first I just want to say one last thing about nervous system. I could honestly talk about the nervous system all day long, because healing my nervous system like absolutely transformed my life, especially if you're somebody who ever dealt with like debilitating anxiety. I don't think you even know or understand the level of anxiety that I used to operate from. I mean, it like legitimately, I could not function as a human being. Like every single thing would totally have an effect on me. I remember one time I was sitting down, I could not listen to my brother breathe, because my brother just like breathing was causing this like massive buildup within my system. Like that's how fragile I was. Like just being around like any other person, it didn't even have to be a person. It's like I could feel the wind blow from the fan in my home, and that would cause like a disruption in my nervous system. Like my nervous system was so freaking fragile. So honestly, I know, if you think that I know what it's like to operate from high functioning anxiety, and it's awful, okay? I no longer have anxiety. So when I tell you that my nervous system tools are like the bee's knees, it works with your energy body, it literally communicates directly to your nervous system. It's transformed my life. I highly recommend it to any person on the spiritual journey. Even if you're not on the spiritual journey, do this. It will transform your life. All of my clients say that it is the biggest shift that they've ever had. Okay, but the point is that with your nervous system, you cannot heal if your nervous system doesn't feel safe. You can also not attract in what you desire if your nervous system doesn't feel safe. Like this is why the nervous system component is so integral. Like meditating never healed my nervous system. Yes, I would get calm when I would be in meditation, but my anxiety didn't go away. And my anxiety then was still my dominant frequency all throughout my day. But like when I healed my nervous system, then I actually started having bigger healing and letting go of deeper emotions and patterns and things that I was carrying from my shadow, because my body actually felt safe enough to heal it. Like when your nervous system is already so freaked out and overwhelmed and anxious and nervous about life, it doesn't feel safe to heal. Like I grew up in a chaotic home. My mom was always screaming. I have 5 siblings. Like I shared a room with 2 people. It's like a highly sensitive kid. Like I never had calmness in my life. Like I only knew chaos. And so of course my nervous system only knew chaos until I trained it that calm and peace were safe. It didn't know that calm and peace were safe. It thought calm and peace were a threat, because it thought that what was safe and normal was anxiety.
and worry and overwhelm, okay? So if you're in the same boat, your nervous system's programmed to chaos. You can't just say, I am calm, I am peace, I am abundant, and your nervous system is be like, okay. It's like, it's not gonna happen. After a whole lifetime of chaos, you gotta put a little bit more effort into the nervous system. Same thing with trying to attract in great things. If your nervous system doesn't feel safe and it feels anxious, worried, fear, overwhelmed right now, do you think that it's gonna allow you to attract something in? It's not. It's not, because when you are in anxiety energy, your energy has actually contracted in to protect you, because your nervous system doesn't know that you're not being chased by a lion. It thinks you're being chased by a lion. That's why you feel anxiety, because it thinks it's got adrenaline and cortisol pumping into your blood. You've got to shut off your cortisol pumps. You've got to shut off your adrenaline, and that is connected to your triple warmer meridian in your body. So your nervous system thinks that you're being chased by a lion. So it's trying to protect you. So that's not a time to try to manifest $1 million. It's not a time to try to attract in your partner. It doesn't feel safe being who you are right now. So you think it's gonna feel safe being someone else? No, it's not. It's not going to, girl. You gotta get your nervous system right. That's gotta be a main priority for you if you are on this journey and you really desire to live an absolutely phenomenal life, because it wasn't until I got my nervous system right that life shifted. Thing is the energy alchemy that I did at the beach, okay? So when you're feeling those big emotions, when you're feeling that big energy, you usually feel it in 3 places. You feel it in your throat, you feel it in your chest, and you feel it in your sacral, which is in your abdomen, okay? If you think back to the times when you're feeling off, that's usually where you are feeling these things. What your body needs at that time is it just needs to be able to feel all of that without your judgment, without your shame. If you grew up in a home where it was like, don't cry, I'll give you something to cry about, then when you were feeling big energy, you were shamed for it. You were judged for it. So then now when you start feeling all of this, you start judging yourself. You start shaming yourself for it because you don't know how to feel it. You just need to allow yourself to feel it without creating any story. Allow your body to feel safe enough to feel that energy, and then transmute that energy with a higher energy, AKA love. You have to give yourself the love that you needed from your mother when you were feeling that big emotion when you were a child. That's what your soul is looking for at that point in time. Your soul is looking for you to acknowledge and have the love and the care and the acceptance for yourself to just feel that energy and move it out of your system. This can happen very quickly. Emotions are only meant to be felt for 90 seconds. When we don't know how to feel our emotions, then we feel them and then they control us for the rest of our day. And then that becomes our mood. And then I'm in a bad mood. Yeah, because you don't know how to feel your emotions, right? So what I did at the beach is I just did energy alchemy. I personally put my hands on my chest. It's also really important and powerful to put your hands on your chest because it mirrors you feeling a hug. If you were a baby or a child and you were feeling something really big, what would you have liked from your mom? Probably a hug. Probably a hug. Give yourself the hug. Doesn't matter if you didn't get this. It doesn't matter any of the technicalities of it. Don't be attached to like, oh, well, my mom sucked. Let go of all that. It literally doesn't matter. Just give yourself what you need. Move yourself through it because you're an empowered, embodied, beautiful, radiant soul, and you can move yourself through this because you're freaking amazing. Give yourself the hug, acknowledge the energy coming up, and all you're gonna say is, I am feeling this and it's okay. I am feeling this and it's okay. I am feeling this and it's okay. I accept this. I'm feeling this and I accept it. Then your body, if you've done the nervous system stuff and your body feels safe enough to feel all that you're feeling right now, your body's gonna be like, oh, okay, there's nothing wrong with this. There's no judgment, there's no shame, right? I accept this. I accept this. And then what are you gonna say? You're gonna transmute it with love. You're gonna pull out denser energy out of you by injecting in higher energy. And you're gonna do it for however long you need to do it. If it's something really deep and dense, you might have to do it for 10, 15, 20 minutes. This is how fast you can move it though. If it's not anything big, it can go away in 90 seconds. Inject in between there nervous system things to keep telling body, I'm safe, I'm safe, I'm safe. And you're just going to transmute the energy out of you. Energy alchemy. You are an alchemist. You are an alchemist. Literally, your job as a soul, you are an alchemist. Allow yourself to feel the density, transmute it out. Energy isn't created or destroyed, it's just transformed. This is it. This is the process of the journey. It's not that like these things aren't going to keep happening. Like they're going to keep happening. It's up to you to move the energy up and out. You think that Yeshua, in our modern day, we would call him Jesus Christ. Like you think that Yeshua would feel the density and then he would just like complain about? No. What? He moved it into power. You moved it into power. That's what you do. That's what your job is. So that's energy alchemy. I do that anytime I'm feeling off. That's like the main thing. Okay, my body is feeling this. That means that my soul, if I'm not operating from the love and joy and peace, which is the frequency of my soul, then that means the pattern of my human program is now running my show. I need to get myself out of that pressure, AKA that dense energy, and bring myself back into soul alignment. I do this through energy alchemy. Right? And then I believe that I had said like step number 3 is move your energy, like move. After you've done this, you do want to move your body. Like you go for a walk or you can even just dance. What is energy? It's moving. Allow yourself to move your body, move it out of your system. And you will feel so much better because you gave space for it. Like you'll actually be able to breathe. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on to step number 5. There's a couple of things that I also would like to share after step number 5 to let you know that these are a couple of things that I also do within this day. So stick around for those so that you can get that wisdom as well, okay? Step number 5 is what I call my magic duo, okay? On these days, you're gonna be tempted to take the bait. You're gonna be tempted to have the negative thoughts and your mind's gonna try to create a story around the negative thoughts. You're gonna be tempted to like, woe is me because of the deep feelings that you're feeling. And so what you have to do is you have to operate from what I call my magic duo, which is 2 things. It's a duo, right? Which is keeping your awareness on where you would like to go. Like, so in between all of this, the magic duo is focus and feeling. Keep your focus on a mantra, an empowering mantra or an affirmation or a saying, something that you can feed into your body so that your mind doesn't go towards any negativity or any stories or any thoughts that you don't want it to do. Keep your focus forward. Focus on where you desire to be. Anything that is an empowering statement, whatever that feels, that's your focus. You're gonna keep replaying that in your mind all day, regardless of how you feel, because feelings are not facts, they're patterns. Okay, so what you're feeling on those days is just an old pattern. You have to reprogram the subconscious and break the pattern out of your system. That's what I'm sharing with you that you've been doing all day long, okay? The second is feeling. Can you inject a higher frequency feeling in your body all throughout your day while this is happening? Yes, you can, and I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it. You're going to smile. You're gonna focus on repeating your mantra in your mind all day long and smiling all day long, because when you are smiling, you are injecting happy hormones into your bloodstream, and you are actually activating the pleasure centers in your brain. So you are alchemizing, again, all of that energy out with high frequency energy from the act of smiling. Smiling transforms your frequency, your way of being. The more that you do it, the better your life becomes. I have so many clients where I'll say to them, smile for 3 minutes straight in the morning. They're like, Kirby, this is the hardest thing. I was like, oh, meditating for an hour wasn't hard, but smiling for 3 freaking minutes was? This is how much we've been programmed to pain. We aren't operating from the beauty of our face. Look at how great and amazing you feel when you're smiling. Also, think in your mind, take a moment now, shut your eyes. When you're attracting in your dream car, your dream house, your X amount of money, your soulmate, whatever it is, what are you doing when you're receiving that? If somebody handed you a check right now for $10,000, what are you gonna be doing in your body? You're gonna be freaking smiling. So if you're gonna be smiling when you receive all the grandness that you desire in your mind and in your heart, smile now, because now you're doing exactly what you believe you'll be doing then. Smile. Keep your focus on a mantra and a feeling. So smile, that's it. There's other things that you can do to make this happen, but to be honest, I believe personally, deep down, after being a spiritual teacher and helping 15,000 people in over 50 different countries, that smiling is the easiest way. And you'll notice that 90% of people, while you're out and about in your world, are not smiling. Be the light. Smile. How good do you feel when you see somebody else smiling? It gives you permission to smile. You be the light. You smile. And allow other people to react from your radiance moving out from you. Okay, so the last couple of things that are really small that I also do at this end of the day, on these type of days, I don't journal. Why don't I journal? Most people be like, you should sit down and journal. No, you know why? Because when you're journaling in these kinds of moments, you're processing. So then your mind is trying to find facts of why you're feeling all this way. Oh, this is because of my ex, this is because of my mother, blah, blah, blah. We don't need any of that. Did you notice how throughout this entire thing, I didn't have you try to focus on any kind of story, any kind of old thing? If you wanna go and process all your stuff, go to therapy. And therapy will keep you just processing and processing and processing and processing because you're gonna keep bringing up all the same old stuff. None of that matters. None of that matters. I'm not a therapist because none of that matters. If you wanna go and process through all your things, go to therapy. But if you wanna move out of all those things and start moving and operating from a higher frequency, living a radiating, amazing, thriving life, do this, okay? Because this is gonna get you more success in your life. This is gonna get you more joy in your life. This is gonna get you moving out of that frequency into powerful frequency, okay? So I don't journal on these days. I also do not get on social media on these days. That is one of the worst things that you can do is go on social media because it's just gonna make you feel worse. You might be getting the short-term dopamine hits from scrolling, but it's not gonna make you feel good inside. You're gonna now carry all of this energy throughout the rest of your day because you're numbing it with social media, and then you're gonna carry it till tomorrow. So now in something that could have moved out of your system in 30 minutes in one day, you're now carrying it into your new way of being tomorrow, and then this keeps reiterating your way of being. So do not get on social media. The last thing is just do less. Like, don't go home and try to make an extravagant dinner on this kind of day. Maybe order food out, okay? If you were supposed to go and visit friends, maybe don't go. Maybe it's not the day for that, right? Let yourself do less. Allow yourself to just be in your own energy. You needed your own nurturing and love and support here, and to not deny and reject yourself. So don't prioritize anyone else or anything on this day. Allow yourself to just be in your own energy, and especially do not fall back on old coping mechanisms. This kind of falls into like the social media category, because what your human program is going to try to get you to do is to do the coping mechanism that you've been programmed to do when you feel big energy, when you feel big emotions. It's going to say to you, oh, go and eat a whole bunch of candy and sweets and sugar and cookies. That'll make you feel better. It won't, and you know that it won't. You're just going to beat yourself up later for it. Or it'll say to you like, oh, go drink a glass of wine. You deserve it. It's been a day. It's not going to make you feel better. It's going to numb what you're feeling, and then you're still going to have to deal with that feeling later on in the future, so it serves no purpose. Or go smoke or do drugs. Again, don't. Go just watch endless amounts of TV and just become a vegetation, become a couch pillow. Don't do any of those things. Those are all the things that you've been programmed to do to numb your emotions. Those are all self-sabotaging things, right? It's just gonna put you into a numb spiral, and then you're gonna have to exert all of your powerful creator energy to pull yourself out of that numb spiral. And then get back to baseline, and you're gonna spiral again. Instead, allow yourself to alchemize this energy out of your system so that you can set yourself free, and then you can be living your most abundant, thriving, amazing, radiant life. Okay, beautiful soul, if you're new to my channel, I love you, I appreciate you. Please like, subscribe, turn on the bell, all of the bells and whistles, all of the goodies, I truly appreciate it. If you got any wisdom or knowledge from this video, please comment below. I love to interact with people who are on the journey. If you have no idea where to start and you need clarity for moving forward on your own journey, download my free October Magical Workbook. That will help you get started on what's working in your life, what's not working, how to move yourself out of it so that you can start moving forward, living a radiant life. Also, if you are ready to really double down and create your dream reality and start living it now, and you are ready to thrive and win at life, I'm having a live masterclass, The Magical Power Within You. It's coming up soon. You can also join that below. It's absolutely amazing. Or if you need more support and you want to be surrounded by some more beautiful divine souls on the journey who are following my practices and my tools, living and radiating powerful energy and just absolutely creating their own dream realities, I have a membership called the One Love Family. So you can check out all of the details of all of that below. I'm sending you all of my love, beautiful soul. Have an absolutely radiant, beautiful day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.